Hello Twin Flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to a daily energy check. Let's do a classic reading. Let's see what's going on with the twins, and we will start as always with a little message from the Oracle deck. I hope you guys are doing great, enjoying your week, wherever you are, enjoying summer. We're still very much strongly in the summer solstice energy, so make sure that you utilize this momentum to set in motions your dreams, your intentions, whatever you're looking at right now to create. Speaking of which, Divine Feminines, you got, oh, by the way, don't forget to like the video if you enjoy what I'm doing. Of course, if you're new, subscribe to the channel not to miss anything. I will start posting July horoscopes this week. Big news. And there's a bunch of information in the description box for my other services and content. Thank you so much. All right, Feminines, you've got the transformation card, the Phoenix card. A fresh new way of living emerges. I love it. This is amazing, and I feel so that it's so resonant for me, even personally, on many levels. So hopefully that's your vibe, and it means sometimes that you had to say goodbye to something that you weren't used to something that you're accustomed to. But this is, first of all, this is natural to have these endings and beginnings. Second of all, you've opened the doors to this new way of living because you were ready to say goodbye to the old, And, sometimes it's hard to let go because we don't know what's coming ahead and whether it's going to be as good or maybe worse, did we make a bad choice? But the truth is, it is gonna be better for us in the energy that we're in now. It will be more in alignment with where we are. Masculines, you've got the Crossing Bridges card. I love it. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Very much a full moon energy card, and it's not surprising that I actually have full moon in here. Whew. The healing journey, look at that. It might be tricky, especially for those people who are not used to accepting certain events, who are not used to forgiving or saying or apologizing for something, who are not used to admitting that there was some kind of an ego that stepped in and made it inauthentic in some shape or form, right? It's like taking accountability really in this. But that is necessary in order to launch that healing process. It's almost like impossible to go through that healing without the admitting part. So there's also something for some of you, Divine Masculines, where you've lost your faith in yourself. Like, I'm not gonna go for this again because of what happened, right? Or I'm just not good at this. I'm not cut out for this. But I'm getting a download right now that that's not the case, and that was not why this happened to you in the first place. It was supposed to highlight something to you. Like, it's not that you're not cut out for this in general. It's just the way you were doing it in this particular case was not serving you, was not beneficial, wasn't harmonious, right? And there's something there to notice and to learn, but not give up on the dream altogether because something didn't go your way in this particular case. All right, let's see what we have with tarot. Nine of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck. So, today we're just chilling, we're just having fun. This is the energy of taking it easy, being in lighthearted energy, and just improvising with something, being a little creative. Like I myself, like after this, I'm gonna publish the video and I'm taking out my watercolors outside. Actually, I'm gonna be on the porch because the weather is wonderful today. And I'm gonna let the cleaners actually clean the place while I do that. And I'm gonna create something with watercolors. How amazing is that? All right, King of Pentacles here. Yeah, so this is that energy of creating, of being in charge of our lives, of feeling good because we decide. How do we spend our resources, whether it's finances or time, energy, anything else, talent, how do we invest it? Where do we feel it's worth spending, right? Like, this is the vibe right now. Like, ooh, yes, this is gonna be good. I know this is something I want to spend time, energy, money on. Feminines, your energy today is the Emperor and the Devil. Ooh, be careful with the power that you got, because sometimes we can get full of ourselves and, first of all, for some of you, it's about overestimating your power, right? So be careful with it. How much power you have in a specific situation over somebody else. It's that kind of dynamic right now, right? You may think that you can exert anything you want out of this person or situation, but it's not really the case. So just giving you a little bit of a nudge there to check yourself and not go that way, because it's not what's supposed to happen here. For others of you, it's about feeling like you're the authority and you can do whatever you want, just generally, right? Like, I can do whatever I want in my life. It's my life, right? Again, check yourself. First of all, check the alignment of how good it is for you, right? And also see if it impacts people around you. And of course, if it's just about people hear about it, they like it or don't like it, you don't have to worry about that. But if it actually involves somebody else and it impacts them in a negative way, then that's something to consider big time, or at least maybe have a conversation with the person to lay it out, like, this is why I'm doing it, this is the strategy, I've given it a lot of thought and I'm doing it, right? Maybe give them some options, or at least give them an option not to participate if you know that it may end badly for them, right? But it's important not to get too drunk with power, if you wish, whether it's emotionally or like physically, practically, in 3D space. It's almost like a test, because you're given certain power and it's like, what are you gonna do with it, divine feminines? For masculines, Knight of Wands clarified by Knight of Swords. Masculines want to go, want to do, there's a lot of drive and passion in this energy, desire to communicate, to prove yourself to divine masculines. Knights are good energy in terms of like this fire that gets you moving, right? Both of these cards are also very masculine energy. It's about communication and action, right? It's like taking action. But they're not overly mature yet, so right, they're not kings, so this is like, you can also get carried away, kind of. So be careful, don't forget about the healing, the connecting, the releasing, right? Don't be reactional in the situations you're in. There's a high chance of that happening with this kind of energy. So take a moment for yourself, take a few deep breaths, maybe ask for a restroom break, or just, you can be honest and tell a person that you'd like to discuss it on a different day, to give it some thought, to sleep on it and then come back to that. Just be a little mindful of this energy that drives you into various directions, and you may regret certain things that you're doing under this energy. Now, the additional question for today is Two of Cups clarified by Nine of Swords. This is the love that we want, but we're also afraid of it, right? It's like, I don't know whether I can hold that energy for long enough. I don't know if my partner is going to satisfy my needs, right? Because maybe you haven't gone that far yet. And I don't know what lies ahead. I do believe that they are my DM or my soulmate, whatever that is for you. But I don't know, like, how do I deal with that fear, with that anxiety? So much work has been done on the past to this, and now it's like we get jitters about it. What do the feminists need to know? Queen of Cups clarified by Justice. Yeah, be in your Queen of Cups self. Be very kind and compassionate to yourself and to your partner in this. Which could be a twin, could be a soulmate, could be even a karmic, right? The important part is that you've come such a long way to be able to connect to the situation in a much more mature and compassionate way, and this is what's being asked of you, right? And that's also how you're gonna close out certain karmic cycles where this hasn't been the case before for you, maybe even for generations before you, and it went downhill. The potentially good relationship went downhill and didn't survive, but now you have the power, the energy, and the consciousness to change that, to do something different. So you already know, just follow your heart, not the monkey mind. What do masculines need to know? Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I mean, the divine timing works in mysterious ways, and sometimes we feel let down, sometimes we feel like we are off the path, so maybe this is not meant to be. But just because of certain circumstances. But this is for you now, divine masculine, to use your discernment and be able to, well, first of all, to tell, right? Like maybe something's happening because you're just supposed to show you something, to highlight a lesson for you, right? Not because this is not meant to happen. Or as you know, with divine counterparts, sometimes they are kind of like pushed away from each other because the energy just isn't right yet. And there could be some harsh words, actions taken place that it will be very hard to come back from, right? So, you know, they say rejection is God's protection. So a lot of times this is where we are, and it's not because we're not meant for each other. It just means that this isn't the right time. So respecting the divine timing can actually take a very different shapes in the 3D world. How are the feminine seeing the connection at this time? Two of Swords clarified by the Hanged Man. Yes, feminine understands that there is some kind of overthinking or some kind of false narrative that's present here that is not serving this dynamic, this relationship. So divine feminines decide to take a break. I think we saw this in the previous reading too. Take a moment, do some thinking in solace, you know, hopefully not just thinking, but also meditating and doing the spiritual practice, right? And sitting more with this energy of fear or of a loss if things don't go your way. And I don't mean this in a negative way. I just mean that as humans, we usually do have, again, that's how our brain works. We usually have expectations, we usually plan for stuff, and we usually, you know, we try to foresee the future where things are supposed to happen a certain way. We have that vision and we want it to come true. And if it doesn't, a lot of times we get devastated. Oh my God, how the masculines in the connection. The Sun and Ten of Pentacles. Masculines want this so badly. And now, little nota bene here. Not all masculines have met their DFs yet. Not all of them are seeing it with a specific person yet. But they do know that that's what they want. And this is a big deal still. Because for a while, or for the longest time, the masculines have wanted to just have a free life. They didn't want BS that comes with relationships with women, or, you know, feminines in general. It doesn't have to be women as a gender. You know, they were like, you know what, I'm better off on my own. I don't want that pain, I don't want that drama, you know, I want to enjoy my life. And for a lot of them, it meant being a bachelor and, you know, just living it wild, right? And this is such a new healed energy where it's like, I see so much joy in experiencing this life with this beautiful person. And I don't mean beautiful necessarily outwardly, although usually it projects still as, you know, an attractive person, but more so inside, you know, where I can't get enough of them, where I only see myself with them for the rest of my life, where I want to dance together, you know, I want to know what lights them up, and I want to tell them all my secrets and all these kind of things, right? So for a lot of them, this is pretty new. So like I was saying, this is already a big breakthrough. So let's celebrate together. I'm gonna leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and until next time.